WCSM's General Store is recorded at 70x7 Studio. WCSM is brought to you by Chad's Express Lube and Car Care Center. Christine Flynn, your local Farmers Insurance agent. For Good Reasons Roofing, your local hometown roofing specialist. The AME Group for all your technical needs. And by Sanders Insurance, your local independent insurance experts. And now, WCSM's crew.
Well, good Friday afternoon to you. I'm going to see if I know what day it is. I mean,
let's see.
I know it's Friday, but it's my mom's birthday. My mom is 81 years old today.
Pretty soon.
So, well, welcome to
so.
WCSM's General Store. We are in the 70x7 studio. Bill, you got a list of some top fans for us again? Who we got?
I sure do. We have Valinda Laird.
Are they duking it out?
Oh, man. She's got 36 points.
Wow.
Nice. Way to go, Valinda.
As does Bill Babcock.
Yeah, classmate.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
Rob Hamrose, Johnny Hooker. Everybody knows John.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Kathy Kelly, Michelle Pritchard.
I know her.
Nice.
Her.
She's a troublemaker.
No.
And her husband,
I can't
her
imagine
husband's
that.
even worse.
Steve Hawkins, Brett Kading, that guy's from Crawfordsville, buddy of mine.
Nice.
So, yeah. And Anthony Staggs and Debbie Taylor.
Very good. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Be sure and share us with your friends. We would love to have more hanging out with us here at the General Store. Well, I wanted to ask you guys, so...
we're in trouble.
Are you? No, not
That
too
would be
bad.
nothing
Well, it
different for
depends.
me.
Yeah.
I guess it depends. So, are you growing up, or even now, or maybe even with your kids? Were you big game players? Board games, card games? Were you like? Did you do much? Do you love board games or no, Bill? What?
We used to. I think one of our family favorites with mom and dad and my sister and I was Aggravation. You ever played that?
Yes.
Marble game.
No, wait a minute. Aggravation, is that the one with the dice in the thing and you hit that and it pop them up?
No. Yeah.
That's trouble.
Yeah.
What's aggravation?
Basically, it's like a cross, and you go around the board.
Okay.
And then
Keep
you go
talking.
up,
I'm going to look it up.
Then you go up your home.
To the home base.
But then other people could bump
Knock you back
to
to your
start.
house,
Yeah.
where you started from.
Yeah.
I want to get a look
And
at
You
it.
ever
That's
see
where
the
you get
Carol
aggravated.
Burnett episode of that? I think it's Aggravation they play.
Oh,
It might have been Trouble on that one. I can't remember. But when they would knock somebody back, they would ring a bell.
Oh, okay.
And they go, sorry, ding a ding a ding a ding a ding a ding.
is it like that?
That's it. That's
This
the
is
one.
it. I don't know. Mike can maybe see that or what. Is that okay? So
It's been a year or two since I
Now,
played
see,
it.
this
so.
reminds me a little bit. Is Parcheesi maybe similar to that? Do you remember?
I never played Parcheesi.
Parcheesi
I
was
couldn't
always a
pronounce it
game.
when I was younger.
It probably is. I have played. It's been a long time. I played Parcheesi, but I forget how.
I just remember my grandparents having.
Backgammon.
Parcheesi looked like that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
similar.
That
That
game was always at, and I'll just do this, Mike, because that way you don't have to put drop-ins in the. Okay. So. Yeah.
Did you
so
play Parcheesi?
we played Parcheesi at my Mama and Papa Asher's house. That was like the one board game they had at their house. So growing up, so Aggravation was the game when you were growing up.
Yeah.
Okay, so your mom, dad, and your sister. Mm-hmm. So that's the game you always had. Any other games?
Oh, of course, everybody played Monopoly.
Monopoly.
Oh,
and
that's
it never did finish.
game still.
Yeah.
I mean, if you started it when you were a child, you still would not have finished the game by now.
I
Shoot me. I'm not kidding you. The game of Monopoly is the bane of my existence.
Oh, I hear you.
I can't stand. The only thing I like
Did anybody
about
ever get Park Avenue and Boardwalk at the same time? I mean,
No.
that was always your
know
one.
it.
no. It's always you
Yeah.
get one and he
Yeah.
gets one, and
Yeah.
it's always a
Yeah.
constant.
And all
Yeah.
the railroads.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The utilities.
Yeah. We're actually in the middle of a Monopoly game now, Perry and the boys and I. And we stopped the game, and then we put everybody's properties, money, and everything in Ziploc baggies and set it aside, and that way we can come back to it.
No.
But Perry, this is a sore stop off for
Is
me.
he growing? Is money making interest?
Well, here's the thing with Perry. Perry is one of the smartest people I know. He's very common sense, hard worker. He's a smart guy, but he's not really great at spelling. You know what I mean? Like, spelling is probably one of the things he's least good at. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I swear to you, he can beat me at Scrabble. Mm-hmm. And it drives me crazy. Like, he wins every time we play a game. He'll win. It doesn't matter. Like, he can't spell better than me, but he'll beat me at Scrabble.
Yeah.
He ended up with all of the he ended up with both of the electric company and the waterworks.
Oh,
Wow.
Uh-oh.
And then he ended up with two of the
4 railroads.
railroads. Griffin got 2 of the railroads. And then but it's like he always gets all the good stuff. It drives me crazy. I hate playing games with Perry. I hate it like so much.
Some people are good at rolling dice. They just know they just get that. I don't know. I roll double ones or a 1 and a 2 because then you can't roll again.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, and
And then I'll land on boardwalk that somebody else owns with 6 hotels on it.
oh my gosh, and then you're done. Like when
You owe $2 million.
right in a board game,
And I've
with
got a
paper
$1
money.
bill over here.
It's so bad. So you played Monopoly, Aggravation.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
are the 2 games you really kind of remember.
those are the ones I remember.
So what about? Did you play any card games? Were you a card family?
Rummy.
Oh yes, 500 Rummy. Mm-hmm. Goodness.
Like
Yeah, I used to play that quite a bit with.
You're talking about when we're younger, right?
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
So-
No, poker.
You're a poker player?
Poker now or
blackjack.
blackjack, yeah. No, in the casino. Yeah,
That-
no.
yep.
Yeah, as a family, yeah. Were you, so 500 Rummy, that's a really good one.
Yeah.
That's a really good game. I haven't played that forever. I'm not even sure if I remember. That's where you get not pairs or like 4 of a kind to lay down. Is that how you get them out of your? do you
Or a
remember?
street, or 5, 6, 7 in the same suit. Like, a streak, what I'd call it.
Yeah.
But it has to
all
be
of-
at least 3 cards to lay down, I think.
Yeah. That's what we play
Yeah, I
it. I don't
think
know if we
so.
play it correctly.
It's been so long since I've played Rummy.
Yeah.
So long. Yeah. So.
And there's different varieties of.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Different rules and stuff.
Yeah.
So now, when your kids were growing up, were you a card playing or board game playing family at all?
Video games were coming out.
Oh, sure.
But I was pretty good at that Mike Tyson knockout. I beat that whole game one time.
Video game?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. As an old man, playing Andy, of course, and I beat him.
good for you.
Yeah.
I have never been able to do the video game thing. I mean, my
that's
boys are
nice.
both gamers, and which I don't have a problem with. I know a lot of people have a problem with game playing, but you know what? My kids are home and they're not running the streets and hanging out at the bars. They're home playing games. I'm okay with it. I know a lot of people don't like gaming systems and stuff, but I was never able that. They've got really good eye-hand coordination or whatever it's called. I could never do that.
No.
Yeah. So do you play? Are you a gamer though?
My
No, like this?
family-
No. Video games.
Yeah, I did for a long time. Matter of fact, when I first came to Bloomington with the state police, there were quite a few of us that played video games, especially
really?
the college football.
Oh, sure.
And sports.
Like Madden and things
Yeah,
like that.
More of that, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so when you were growing up,
Yeah.
were you a board game
Our family
playing?
played a lot of board games, yeah.
Yeah. So what kind of board games? You play?
Well, we had a game called Tripoli, which was a card game.
Okay,
and
I'm looking it up. I don't know if I know that one. I don't.
It
think
was
I've heard that
poker,
one.
actually, is what it was.
Okay.
Now it's a board game that
It's a board game
but
that it's
cards
family,
too?
yeah.
Tripoli.
You played with poker
Game.
chips, and you put them in all the different. Yeah, it'll come up. But
Oh, okay. All right. Hang on. Let's see. Like this.
Yep, that's it.
Do you recognize that?
Nope.
I don't know if Mike recognizes that. Have you ever seen that one? I've never seen that one.
Yep. It's a.
Oh, it's a Greene County, right? I mean,
it's a family poker game, is what.
That's great.
It's what it
Perfect.
is. But
Poker
we
and
would
trading.
play Payday, if you remember Payday. You remember that?
No.
It was similar to Monopoly. It had a month, a calendar month, and then you would go through the month, and that your goal was to hit payday, of course.
Oh, yeah.
So you could you'd hit bills as you went along the month, and then they had cards you would draw.
Hang on a second. So is that what it looked like when you played it, or is that a newer version?
That's similar, yeah. It's a calendar.
I don't think I've ever.
And it's like a game that will never end.
Oh, it's like a calendar.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I've never seen that one. So, yeah.
And then we played. There was lots of course, kids games, but we played euchre like crazy. And,
amen,
and in
brother.
Kentucky, they play rook.
I'm all about the Euchre.
You ever play rook?
Yep.
Rook's very.
Maybe a time or two. Is that the one where you had?
Fight. My family down there were getting fights over.
Rook had something to do with a black bird.
Yeah, but there's
card.
different varieties of it, kind of like Rummy, and they would play without the blackbird. It was in different.
Like death, like.
Oh, it was tough.
Really?
Yeah, and
I don't think I've ever played that one.
Yeah, it was fun. Had a lot of fun.
So,
But
so
then we
that's when
played,
you were
like,
growing up.
Kids with each other.
Oh, sure, Battleship. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, that was pretty cool because you had that graph up here to keep track of them, and then you could keep track of theirs.
Yeah, I enjoyed Battleship.
Battleship's a cool game.
I like that one. Did you ever play?
And then Risk, we got into Risk toward the end.
No, wait a minute.
Another long game.
Hang on a second. Risk, is that the one with the countries and the armies?
Yep.
Yeah.
I never played that one, but I think Perry played that one a lot when he was younger. Is that a pretty good game?
Oh, it's a great game. And then Trivial Pursuit became popular when I was in college in the 80s.
Yes.
It was very popular. So
Now, because like in the probably 80s, early 80s, Trivial Pursuit, Uno, kind of came out. I think at that in that same time frame. I think.
We played lots of Uno.
Yeah, I like those. So now that was though when you were younger at home. Did you play much games with Bryce and Maddie?
We did play games. They always get mad because I play serious. I don't play. I don't let kids win.
Well, and you shouldn't. You absolutely should not.
I'm kidding. But I've had some kids get upset and go to bed.
See, I'm that guy
maybe
at my
flip
house.
the game board over upside down. I don't know. I can't remember. No, we've had some games. I'm trying to think what we played. Pictionary. We play Pictionary a lot. That's a fun game.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't. I don't think I've ever played that.
That's where you draw and people guess what you're drawing. That's a really fun. And our family, when I was growing up, played that quite a bit too.
No, wait a minute. I've never played that one. I've seen it.
Surely you played Pictionary.
No, never seen. No. But how? So what do you mean? You draw it and
There's
then you have to
categories. You draw a card out of a category, and then there's like actions, people, place a thing, objects, different things, and they can if it's got a triangle beside it, everybody draws. If it doesn't, then your team draws, and there's a timer. And they try to guess what you're drawing within a certain amount of time. If you ever saw the TV show Win, Lose, or Draw, it's
kind of.
It's the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah. It's for Pictionary.
I don't think I've ever.
Great family game because you don't have to be an artist. And that's what makes it fun because people say, you expect me to get that from that? Are you kidding me?
There's no way that is that.
Nope.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be fun. I've never played that one.
And then they'd get us sometimes. You say, how in the world did you guess that from that draw?
Yeah.
So it's fun.
Now, Win, Lose, or Draw used to be where you'd have the. Is that when you have the great
get up on the board, the whiteboard, and they draw a picture, and the other people will try to guess what it was.
Yeah,
same thing.
Good. Yeah, I love games and board games and card games.
Oh, yeah.
But okay, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll talk about some more of our favorite games here at the General Store.
Chad's Express Lube and Car Care Center is the place that you need to go to keep your car running in perfect order. On the outside chance your car is not running in perfect order, Chad's has a shop over on State Road 46 in Ellisville that'll give you a free estimate and reasonable rates and get your car back on the road. Now, to keep it that way, you need to hightail it over to Chad's Express Lube and Car Care Center located at 1357 South Liberty Drive. You know exactly where that is. That's just right around the corner from Menards. Now, check this out. Every 7th oil change is free. That's right, absolutely free. I don't think you can get any better than that. Chad's Express Lube and Car Care Center, 1357 South Liberty Drive in Bloomington.
For Good Reasons Roofing, that's the number 4, goodreasons.com. They want to be your local hometown roofing specialist. Whether it's hail damage, storm damage, worn out and just plain old damage, or maybe it's new construction. Whatever your 4 reasons are to have a new roof, their 4 reasons are honesty, integrity, quality, and kindness. For Good Reasons Roofing. Give them a call at 812-360-4469. They'll give you a free inspection and a transparent quote. You will be completely satisfied because Tony Pulliam will not let it be anything less than your satisfaction. Look for them at forgoodreasons.com. That's the number 4, goodreasons.com, or call them at 812-360-4469. For Good Reasons Roofing, your local hometown roofing specialist.
Just want to take a moment to talk about our newest sponsor. We're really excited about Sanders Insurance joining the gang here at WCSM's General Store. They are located at 5641 West State Road 46 in Ellettsville. If you're familiar with that address, it's because Levi Sanders, their general agent, has been at that location for quite a few years. They are now an independent insurance agency, which means they have access to the best companies that serve your particular needs. Each client is given a dedicated team that works together to address all of your concerns. They offer all types of personal insurance coverages, ATV, boat, watercraft, auto insurance, even renter's insurance. So, do you own a business? Give one of their agents a call and start saving money on commercial insurance coverages, including apartment, building owners, builder's risk, auto body shops, you name it. Sanders Insurance gives you the ability to choose the best carrier for your insurance needs. That's the main advantage to using an independent insurance agency. They'll work with the best to satisfy you. Give them a call, 812-876-7831, or visit them on the web at sandersinsurance.co and tell them the General Store sent you. You'll be glad you did.
Welcome back to the General Store. So we've been talking about our favorite board games or card games or what we played growing up. Yeah, I was telling you guys about a game called Shenanigans.
I never heard of that.
I remember
You remember it?
my uncle. I don't remember how to play it, but I remember my uncle Johnny Bob had it. Does that look familiar to you at all?
No.
It was called Shenanigans. And I want to say, I remember it was a really fun game, but I don't remember how to play it. But we played a lot of games when I was growing up. So Monopoly, again, bane of my existence, but we did play it a lot. And but we also played the game of life a lot.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Love the game of life, still do. We played Clue a lot.
Yeah. The lounge.
Yes,
With the knife.
Mrs. Peacock in the in the conservatory. Yes, love that.
There used to be a game about it was an art collection, and you tried not to be left with the fraudulent one. You'd pass.
Oh no, I don't.
You'd pass art gallery around or something, but you'd pass the cards around. And one of them was a fraud, and you'd always. It's kind of like having an old maid. You didn't want to end up with the one with that had the fraud.
That one.
You kept trying to pass it off to the other players. I think it was called Masterpiece. I think it was called.
Oh, okay. And you had also mentioned on break Yahtzee.
Yahtzee, yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Huge,
yeah.
which is still
Fun.
I don't know if it's still as popular as it was, but yeah, it was a really popular game
Yeah.
back in the day. The game of Sorry.
Yeah.
We
Yes.
played. And that's one of Griffin's favorite games. We've played it quite a bit. But we're, and I've talked about this before. Perry and I are big Dave Ramsey family, and we've raised the boys on Dave Ramsey. But Dave Ramsey has a board game called Act Your Wage.
Wow.
And it is a fantastic board game. We play it every New Year's Eve, and it's really good. But you basically draw a card that tells you what your job or career is, and then it's your life card. So it tells you what your career is, what your salary or income is, and then if you're renting or if you have a mortgage or if you have children or and then what your like your electricity, your water, your utilities are. And so that's kind of how that's based. And then you have to draw 3 debt cards. And so it's a lot of fun because then it teaches you how to pay your debt off. It's really, really a good game. The best thing I liked about that, though, was the year I bought that for Perry for Christmas. It's been several years back now, but I went to buy it off of Dave Ramsey's website in his store. And so I was like, okay, he's going to get my little credit card out. They didn't take credit cards, which is so awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, no, you have to use a debit card. You know what I mean? Like, we'll take a debit card, but he would not. They did not take credit cards. And right then I knew that Dave Ramsey was the real deal.
He meant business.
Yes,
what
it was
he
like
said.
he wants to sell you this game, but he ain't going to let you put it on plastic. So, but that's a good game. If you're looking for a new board game, it's Act Your Wage. So, yeah, so we played a lot of card games. Oh, I'll tell you another game that was so much fun. If you guys have ever played Spoons.
My Madison likes to play that game.
Now, that was the game at our house that was like full contact.
Yeah.
You really need to wear a helmet. Like, because basically what it is, say there's 5 people playing, you have a full deck of cards, but you only have 4 spoons in the middle of the table. And so you're passing you've got the dealer, you pass, I think you deal out 7 cards, and then the dealer's got the rest of the deck, and they look, and then they pass it on. And so what you're trying to get is 4 of a kind. Once you get 4 of a kind, you take a spoon.
I got okay.
And so you're a spoon short, right? And so people literally like
It gets pretty rough.
Yeah, it gets rough. Like there's been broken fingers.
Football
and,
helmets are recommended.
yeah, for sure. It's full contact spoons. But then if you don't get a spoon, you get the letter S. It's kind of like playing horse in basketball.
Okay.
But yeah, we love playing spoons. That was a good one. Play a lot of euchre.
Oh, yeah.
We taught the boys very young to play euchre, and they're both really good at it. But yeah, we love playing euchre. Gosh, I haven't played.
In college, we played what they called a double bid euchre. It's where you had 2 jacks of each.
Heard that.
Yeah, and it was more of a bidding game than.
Oh no! How does that work? Do you remember?
You would bid when you be the first. You got more. All the cards are dealt out. There's no 9s and 10s in this one because in the regular euchre you got 9s and 10s. It's all double. Everything's double. You got 2 jacks of clubs, 2 jacks. Everything's 2. So just because you have a right bar doesn't mean you have the first right bar played will win. So, but you can play, like if somebody plays a right bar, then you can play off, and then your right bar is now king. It's kind of
that's confusing.
But you would give hints the way you bid. Like you say, I'll bid 3 clubs. Then you would bid what you think you can, how many tricks you can catch, and that gives your partner an indication of what you might have, and they will raise the bid, and it's a fun game.
Wow.
We used to play that all the time in college. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
And it would get very mean.
Yeah. Now
And they were people that we were talking earlier, Mike. You played that card when you had that, and you reneged.
Really good euchre players, they're going to know if you reneged or So, and here's the thing I like about euchre too is we always had all these little like euchreisms and a lot of them came from Perry and his buddy Hoghead that they used to play cards together, but when you're dealing, you're shuffling the deck, and then you offer it to the guy next to you if he wants to cut it. And Hoghead would always say, "Cut dog has no pups."
Yeah. Yep.
Stuff like that. And the boys just always thought that was so funny.
And then 6 on 4 score no more, but 4 on 6 get more tricks.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, you never your cards that keep score. You never put the 6 on top of the 4. You always got to put the 4 on top of the 6. Yep. Or we're in the barn when you only got one trick left.
Oh, you're in the barn.
And then we always water. Did you ever water yours? So
with a sprouting.
You water them with you sprout them a little bit, and then you got to water them a little bit so that grow. I mean, all those things with Euchre, man, is like I love it. So we've taught all the boys all the tricks or whatever. But probably my favorite game we played growing up, we played it every holiday that Mom would have family over, so like my Aunt Audrey and stuff, which was her sister. But it was called, and people call it different things, like nuts or nutsy is what we called it. And I think there might even be another name or two for it. So what it is, it's 2 full decks of cards, and you can play it with a partner or no. So if you have a partner, you're the one that's got basically the bulk of the deck. And your partner has a stack of 11 cards. And then you lay your cards out in front of you like solitaire. Mm-hmm. So 5, but only 5. So solitaire is 7, but this is only 5, and then you build it down, right? Mm-hmm. And so on your cards in front of you, you lay everything red, black, red, black, red, black by color, alternating. But out in the center, you throw all your aces and you build them up by suits.
It's been a long time.
And you're playing it against someone, right? So you've got 8 aces out in the middle, right? Wow. But it's like Fast and Furious. But the trick or the point is your stack of 11. And again, you can have a partner, but you can also play it by yourself with somebody. You know what I mean? But your stack of 11...
You can play it by yourself with somebody.
No. I mean, like...
I know what you mean.
You play against someone, or you can have a partner.
I got
and
it.
play 2
I just
two.
wanted to catch that line. I'm sorry. I like that line.
Yeah. So then your 11 deck is where you get your points. Or... That's who wins the hand, I guess. So once you get rid of the 11, because they can play either here or they can play out here. Once the 11 deck is gone, you're like nutsy, and then the play stops, and then you separate the cards from the middle, right? And then, and so if that guy over there has got still cards in his 11 deck, that goes, you double it. So if he's got 8 cards left, now he's got to have at least 16 points out here. That's how you kind of score it. Uh-huh. But that was another one, like you have to stand up and play it because you know how solitaire, how you take 3 at a time and turn them over, and 3 I mean, we're doing this so fast, and they're flying, and cards are flying everywhere. It is the most fun game ever, and I don't have anybody to play it with anymore. Just everybody's that I used to play it with, my aunts and stuff, they're all gone. But it's a really fun game. But I was telling you guys about this.
It sounds nuts.
It's absolute nutsy.
Does nutsies get out?
It's absolute nutsy. I found this. It's called Tabletop Family.
Yeah.
On Instagram.
Yeah.
And they've show all these different card games and board games, and I've been following them on Instagram, and it's really awesome to see all the different games I didn't even know about. But they had a game similar to that on there. So Tabletop Family on Instagram. If you love games as much as I do and card games and stuff.
Is there any other games we haven't listed?
I'm trying to. I don't. Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you one game that I wanted to ask you guys about, and I actually asked him, and we'll close out with this. I saw Tucker Carlson playing this the other day with. He was doing an interview with Patrick Bet-David, and while they were talking and interviewing, they got a backgammon board out and played backgammon. Have you ever played backgammon?
I have. It's been
Anybody?
a long time. Yeah.
I never played that. Is
it's
it
actually pretty fun.
First of all, is it hard to learn?
No.
Would you say no?
I think that it's kind of like, it's not hard to learn, it's hard to be good at.
So
the strategy.
Does it have a bit of a checker or chess mind strategy to it, or no?
I don't think so. I
Risk?
think it's more like
they kept talking a lot about the game of Risk while they were playing backgammon. Like you have to really kind of.
I feel like it's more like a sorry game actually, because you move your you move your pieces around the board to try to get them all to another side.
Because a backgammon board is the ones that have the really tall, skinny.
Right.
Right.
Like triangles.
And you have almost like checkers that.
You move, yeah, but you're moving around this board. And I forget the rules, but you're trying to get all of your pieces from one side of the board to the other side of the board.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to get it. I've never played it. Maybe Perry has and knows how to play it or remembers. I've never played it, but
I used to know, but
I'm going to buy a backgammon.
It was fun.
And a backgammon game and see if we can learn it. But that's one I'd like to learn how to play, I think.
It's a little bit of strategy, however you want to attack it. You know, you can just send one piece all the way across, or you can send multiple pieces at the same time, or any kind of. It's your own plan how you want to get there first.
Now, did you ever play checkers much?
A little. I wasn't a big checkers fan.
Yeah.
And I was terrible at chess. I've never been good at chess.
Both my boys were in the chess club at Lighthouse, and Garrett was actually really, really good chess player at one time. I mean, he still is. I don't think you ever forget.
I think you have to be
But
smart to play chess.
I could never.
Therefore, I'm done.
They can talk to me about it, but
me out.
I can't. I don't understand it even. I mean, I know there's the rook and the knights and the queen and the king and the pawns. I have no idea. There's too many. He can do this and he can go this way and he can do this, but this one can't go that way and you can't go. I don't think I could keep up with all of it.
It's not fair that the woman can actually move more so than the man, the king, the queen.
Right.
She can go all directions.
Yes.
He can only go,
Yeah, the queen has more power in the game.
Exactly.
Which I'm not down with. We've had that conversation. You guys all know where I stand. The man is the head of my household, so he should be on the chessboard too. But yeah, I know most women hate when I say that, but that's okay. You can go ahead and hate. I'm going to go ahead and feel that way.
Checkmate. That's all I know.
Right.
There
That's
you go.
right. Oh, this was fun. Hey, I would love it.
Hope we didn't make anybody bored.
I would love it because I'm always interested in knowing about new games. Oh, before I go, another great newer game is called Headbands. We've played that quite a bit with the
that's
kids,
where
you put and then you have to.
You can do
people
that.
give you clues.
You can do that with your phone. They have a app on your phone where you can do it.
That one we've had a lot of fun
do
with
this.
that one, and they have to give you clues, and you got to figure out what you are. But that's a good one too.
Yep.
But I would love it if there are any games or card games that we didn't mention. Put them in the comments below. We would love to know what you play or what your favorites are, so we can maybe go buy some new ones to play with our families. So,
Awesome.
All right, great show. Thanks so much for joining us. If it's God's will, we'll be back in here next Friday for another edition of the General Store.